where the mayor of eThekwini, Mxolisi Kaunda, is expected to visit the Cato Crest area of Durban, which was severely impacted by flooding recently. One person has died when the torrential rains struck on Tuesday. Karinda Jagmohan is standing by to give us an update. Karinda, this as 6 families are still looking for their loved ones.
Certainly, Dudu. Well, you'll see behind me, the river here is still flowing with the debris from the floods that occurred on Tuesday. A lot of this also is just an everyday matter with pollution being thrown into this storm outlet. It's a massive storm drain that we're on currently, and this is where the structures were built on, the informal structures, and when the torrential rain came down, the structures they were washed away, Now, we expect the mayor to be here in just about an hour or so, but his city officials were here, and we were here yesterday telling the story of the Cato Crest residents who already were living with very little, and the little that they had was destroyed. The residents say that they were displeased when they saw government officials go to areas like Inanda, Bambai, of course, after that tornado struck on Tuesday, but they felt that there was an absence of any government intervention here, and that's what they needed. But around us today, we are seeing city officials from the eThekwini municipality come through. There are also NGOs right now that are conducting feeding schemes as well. We won't show you too much because the residents are getting their food and they're eating, and we don't want to disturb them. But right now, you see some activity on the ground to help those that are here. Take a listen to one resident who we spoke to yesterday who was concerned about the glaring absence of city officials and concerned that this might change the political atmosphere of this area.
Kanti thina sibona nabantu senzeni ngoba nathi siyi-ANC and okubuhlungu le-ANC yala e-stop 2 e-101 izothathwa amanye amaqembu, izogcina ishona kwi-AFP, igcina ithathwa i-DA through ukuthi i-ANC ayinaki. Besicela emkhandlwini nakwimeya yethu uKhaunda asukumele le wadi, siyacela bandle kubaba uKhaunda la khona anake le wadi.
Indeed, well, there you hear a resident concerned about what she said was the absence of any government intervention in this community. She felt that they were being left out by government leaders who she says she saw going to the areas of Inanda on Wednesday after that tornado hit on Tuesday. But right now there are city officials here, they're around the area, and it's expected that they're going to come in with some sort of better relief aid. The residents ask for food parcels because right now, those whose houses were destroyed, they're living in with some of their friends or families, and they say that at least they need some food parcels to ensure that they can cook their own food or to cook for the family that's hosting them right now. So what they're really asking is for humanitarian aid. Following this devastating flood that has hit, and around us, I just see destruction right now. So we do expect the mayor to come here in about the next hour or so. We, of course, will keep you updated throughout the day.
Of course, Karinda Jagmohan, yesterday you spoke to the local councillor there, and he indicated a shocking figure of some 45,000 informal structures, I think that he said. And so what the people there will be looking forward to the most is hearing where and how they're going to be housed.
Certainly, Dudu, that is a major concern right now, housing in the city. The councillor we were speaking to referred to the over 450,000 informal structures that exist across the city, not just here in Cato Crest. But our discussion was about better housing because in many cases, these informal structures are situated in areas like this that are not conducive to living. I mean, maybe my colleague Lungelo Zungu, we can show you some of the structures that are on the bank of this river. And when this river overflows, it will of course touch the structures, but there will also be torrential rain coming down this hill that might push these structures into the river. This is one example of many situations like this across Durban where, because of the layout of the landscape of the city, you have hills, valleys with rivers running in between, and in many cases because of an inability to find better land, informal structures are built on land like this that is not conducive to living. And so the main discussion was how the city, or really the provincial and national government in terms of the Human Settlements Department, would actually assist you find better housing for the residents because of the situation. Here, many people move to this specific area, Cato Crest, in order to get better to get jobs. The area is very close to the city. It's just about a 10-minute drive to the Durban CBD. So, of course, it means that once you find a home here, you might be able to find what people expect would be abundant job opportunities in the city. But, of course, in many cases, we know there's not only a housing crisis, but an unemployment crisis. So, really, there are many factors contributing to what you're seeing right now in front of you or on the TV right now. Many contributing factors, social development issues as well. And ultimately, what happens is when there is a natural disaster, all of these factors add up to the plight that the residents are facing, which is right now that they're left without food, they're left without shelter. Just behind our camera, there's a line of residents who are going to the table where some Good Samaritans have set up a platform with some food as well, and they're collecting their meals too. So that is the situation right now. They're asking for humanitarian aid, but also better building material to get shelter right now. And the umbrella question is, when will they get better housing in a place that is more conducive to living?
Karinda, Jagmohan, thank you very much for that report.